Many of you watched Tennessee hit multiple home runs in their weekend opening series against Hofstra last weekend. And if you were watching Friday night on opening night, then you saw Hunter High hit his first career home run with the Tennessee Vols. He's in his second year with the Vols. And we are so fortunate to have his mother, Emily High, with us tonight. Emily, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
And cool. That's awesome. First podcast. Hey, I'm glad we're the first one. That's awesome. And you will notice behind her is a dark mode jersey from the baseball team. Is that the national championship jersey?
It is. It is. We got it framed for Hunter for Christmas. So hanging on the wall.
That is awesome. This hat would look amazing with that. I'm just saying.
My boys know all about Richardson 112s. They're hat snobs as well. So they would approve.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Well, many people have already seen you on the interwebs because they saw the viral video of you and Brent watching Hunter hit the home run. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but you all were watching your older son at Tennessee Tech, his game, and then you came out in time to see Hunter hit his home run. Is that right?
That is correct. Houston is a bullpen pitcher. And so we were trying to play the game of hoping that we were there when one of them were playing, but who knows if that's going to work out this year. So luckily though, both teams stream their games so we can watch. We did the same thing on Sunday. We were watching Tuesday. We were watching Houston pitch and watching Hunter play. So it's a blessing that all the games are streamed on ESPN. I don't know what we'd do without it.
Absolutely. Hey, we're in the same boat. We agree. Well, what was so cool about that video was, and Wes Rucker, he quote tweeted it and commented this as well. You're sitting here getting to watch your son. And before I ask the second part of my question, I almost skipped ahead. But my first question is, can you describe for us that moment that, here's your son, you've seen him grow up dreaming to play college baseball, and he gets in the game and he hits a home run over the right field fence. What was that moment like for you? He did something big, from the video, he did something big. So what was that feeling like for you as a parent watching that?
Well, as a parent, you want so much for your kids and you want their work to pay off, and you want them to have success, and you don't ever want to see them fail, but obviously that's part of baseball, and it's certainly part of sports. So to see him, he's hard worker and puts and as Coach V said, he's a grinder and a competitor and never backs down from anything. He's got a football mindset. So to see him able to do that and run around those bases was pretty special. It was a little hard that we weren't there, but ironically, I missed his first home run. I was with Houston when that happened, and so it's he is well loved and was well supported. Had some friends in the stands that videoed it for us from the stands, so it was kind of fun to see that as well.
And Jonathan, welcome, Jonathan. Great to have you. He just said Hunter High has the best walk-up song on the team.
Well,
that's awesome.
The ironic thing about that is his dad is a music. Well, he and his dad and his brother are music lovers, and they talk about the walk-up songs for months before they choose them. So still, I don't get involved with that, but they bounce songs off one another. And Houston's is actually eastbound and down. Is that correctly? So they love the old stuff.
Well, and now my understanding is we're talking to a Hall of Famer right now. Like that's my understanding. I was told that you are a Hall of Fame member at Lipscomb University for basketball.
I am, but
I was also told that you're the person who throws BP to Hunter.
I do throw BP to Hunter because when they were little, their father, Brent, was a collegiate pitcher, and he could not throw it soft, and he could not throw it without any movement. And I could and so I just kind of fell into throwing BP when they were little, and then when they got older, I just kind of stayed with it. And so
That's
I
awesome.
I actually was retired this Christmas break. His brother Houston took over for me. So, but I am the mom that throws BP. Yes.
Passing the torch to the older brother now.
My
Well,
son feels his pain. I was a college pitcher too, and he gripes all the time. My ball runs a ton, and he complains all the time that no pitcher he faces moves as much as mine does, and makes excuses for why I'm blowing it by him.
Well, that was fine, in high school or college, but when they're 5 and 6 years old, Daddy probably doesn't need to have the ball sinking on them.
Well, my other question for you, and then Rustin has two fantastic questions, in my opinion, he's going to ask. The coolest part about that video was seeing all of their messages start showing up on Hunter hit the home run. And the I think was from Colby Backus's mom, and woohoo! And there's another one that said, "What a shot!" and all this kind of stuff. And you looked at it and said, "He must have done something big."
Well, I think you're glitching a little bit. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Well,
I can hear you.
Okay. Beth Backus, Colby is Hunter's roommate. So, even if he had hit a single, she would have celebrated that. So then when the rest of the moms started chiming in, I knew that it was more significant than a single or anything like that. The really cool thing about the Vol moms is there's a group text, and they truly celebrate everyone on the team and everyone's success. And it doesn't matter if it's SEMO's home run in the World Series, or if it's a freshman's home run in a midweek. It does not matter. Everyone chimes in, everyone celebrates. There's a lot of
awesome.
Goes all the way back to the 23 season that are still on the group me. So it's quite a family, and they give you tips on tickets, tips on parking, tips on hotels. So it's really, really a neat atmosphere. And I think it builds camaraderie. And then when success happens, like last year, you continue to talk all through that summer. And it's just it's a neat feeling to feel supportive in something that truly is. I mean, college athletics, it's competitive. Our boys compete with each other every single day, and you don't feel that from the parents, which is really a blessing.
Emily, I'm curious. I would love to hear from your perspective, and you're probably going to have two different perspectives because you have two sons playing Division I baseball, one at a mid-major and one at a Power 5. What was that recruiting process like for both sons? And why was it Tennessee for Hunter? And I followed Hunter his junior and senior years in high school. And people who have been with us for a long time can attest. A year and a half ago, I said on this show, watch out for Hunter High. He's going to be a player. He's going to do great things here. He's a guy that Tennessee fans are going to love. So why Tennessee, and what was that recruiting process like for both sons?
Well, recruiting can be stressful because you go to these showcases and these events and these and if you perform or you don't perform, and then they reach out to you, you reach back out. And so it's this constant level of stress. And our oldest graduated in 2020, so that was his COVID year. Luckily he had already signed before that happened. But I can't imagine if you were a 2020 kid and you were going into your senior season and you had not committed or had not signed yet, how devastating that would be. With Hunter had a amazing sophomore year in the summer, and started getting offers from some mid-major schools, several offers from mid-major schools. And then he played for the Rawlings Mad Mavericks, and Ben Hazlip helps run that organization. And Ben, loved Hunter's grit and his competitiveness and how he plays. And you could see that a little bit when Hunter hit the home run the other night. His reaction, like I said earlier, he plays baseball like a football player. He plays
Mm-hmm.
same way. He was never obviously the biggest linebacker on the field, but he got every bit of ability out of his body. So he plays like that. And so Ben really loved Hunter and started reaching out to some coaches and different things. And so Coach V came to watch him. And I can't even remember the tournament in Atlanta. That's terrible because I think I've spent most of my summers in Atlanta the last years.
Probably the WWBA or one of those. Yep.
And then he came and watched him then, and he performed well. And then he came back, I guess it was a week and a half later at the Futures game, and Hunter hit a backside home run and a backside triple. And then I think Coach V called Ben, was talking about that he was, going to offer Hunter. And that was a couple days later, he called and offered. And Hunter grew up a huge Tennessee fan. So he had a couple other big time schools starting to talk to him and nibble at him. But when Coach V offered him, it was done. I mean, Hunter almost committed on the phone call, but he and talked to us. And then I think it took about 2 hours, and then he called him back and said, "I'm in." So he loves it. He loves everything about it. Like I said, my family's huge Tennessee fans. And so, dream come true to be able to play in the orange and white. And then his first
That's
year,
awesome.
With all the, the numbers and different things, and make the travel squad and then get to go to Omaha and, be a part of that. I mean, there's a picture of Hunter standing on the field with, the towel wrapped around his head, just looking up at the scoreboard. It's just, you just can't imagine. I mean, no one, we talk about all the time, the different things that people accomplish in life. If, to win the national championship your freshman year is pretty amazing.
Absolutely. Rustin, before you ask your next question, we just had maybe the best question of the whole night asked in the comments. So we got 356 people watching across all three platforms right now. Welcome to all of you. And Sam just asked maybe the best question of the night. He said, "Does Emily have her fur coat ready and her mommy hat ready?" And Matt said, "Emily definitely needs a mommy hat."
I do not have a fur coat, but Dylan Dryling's mom brought a fur coat and a mom to the stands last year. I've not seen it this year, but honestly, it has been so cold at the game so far that
somebody is wearing it. They wouldn't share.
Absolutely.
Well, I have one last question. I have a 7th grade son. He's a sidewinder. He has big aspirations. Watches every pitch of every Tennessee game. For all the parents out there who have middle and high school age kids who have big aspirations, what advice would you give to them as a parent of a child who has made it?
Number one, enjoy the process. Don't allow it to become all consuming. Number two, if your child is being recruited, that's special. It does not matter what level it is. There is very few people who play collegiate baseball at any level. So that is an honor. And number three, the biggest thing is make sure that your son or daughter understands that they are more than baseball or softball, because it is so competitive. It can become consuming to them to the point where they live or die from every at bat or every pitch or every error in the field. And it's just, in the end, it is a game. And I understand that it is very competitive, and with NIL and everything else, it is a business. But in the end, it is a game, and if they're not having fun at the game, then they can't perform well, and they can't compete, and they can't be successful.
Those incredibly wise words. People agreed with you in the comments as well. Rhonda said, "Absolutely, Emily. Absolutely."
Well, I mean, it's so fun and nerve-wracking at the same time.
It is.
Just enjoy it and slow down and realize that that it's not going to last forever.
I pitched all the way through college and had a pretty successful career. I am never more nervous than when my son gets on the mound. Like it is the most awful moment ever.
I don't. Yes, I really believe that Hunter could be, and it has nothing to do with one's ability and the other one's ability. It really, truly doesn't. Hunter could be hitting to win or lose the game at the College World Series, and Houston could be pitching in a mid-major, in a midweek game against no one, and I would be so nervous for Houston because the pitching, and I don't know why. It's the
Yep.
Me, it's just so much more nerve-wracking than the hitting, and I don't know why that is.
Well, to the 381 people watching across all three platforms right now, we appreciate y'all joining us, and we are extremely appreciative for Emily for her taking time to join us tonight. It was an absolute treat for us, and we so thank you. Now, just so you know, we always have a gift for our guests who join us. Now, typically, Matt said, now we know why Hunter's such a great young man. Absolutely. There you go. So Felix Okpara, his on the basketball team, we had Felix and his parents join us for a show one night. And usually what we do is we give a shirt to any person who joins our show. They become an honorary bro or an honorary sis. And so you are actually our second honorary sis ever. Now, when we had Felix and his family on here, there was some concern that if we sent them shirts, the NCAA would view it as an impermissible benefit. So I got to do some research first to make sure that we can actually send this to you without getting you or Hunter in trouble.
NCAA is not a huge fan of the University of Tennessee, so you might need
that is accurate.
Out those eyes.
It's unbelievable that a free T-shirt on a podcast could be considered an impermissible benefit.
Yeah.
Like, do they have nothing better to police?
Yes, understandable.
So just in case we can't send you one, I just wanted you to know you are now the second ever honorary sis in Volbro's history. So we appreciate you very, very much.
I'm honored. Thank you. You guys do a great job. I enjoyed my time.
Well, thank you so much. And we're so excited for Hunter. We're so excited for your family. We wish him nothing and y'all nothing but the best. I hope that he has a tremendous second year on Rocky Top.
Thank you. Talking about being nervous, April the 1st, Tennessee Tech will be at Tennessee.
Yep.
Oh.
They are already trash talking each other. So
and that's a midweek game, so you may very well see your sons face each other.
Yes, and I don't know what I would do. I don't know. Don't know
if I'm the coaches on both teams, I'm making sure that happens.
What a storyline.
I may be in the restroom when they face each other. I'm not.